Hi, my name is Dr. John Douillard, and I want to talk to you today about a very important study just published in one of the most prestigious journals in the world called Nature and done at Harvard Medical School. It doesn't get more credible than that. And they found that longevity was directly linked to a more calm mind. And the more stimulated your mind, the shorter your lifespan was. They actually found that people, when they went to the centenarian cultures, people who lived the longest on the planet, they had more of this protein called REST, appropriately named, right? R-E-S-T, that suppresses neural excitation, that keeps your mind calm. And the more of this protein that these elderly people had, the longer that they lived. Compared to people who died in their 60s and 70s, the people who lived to be over 100 had more of this REST protein. So the study showed that it was a direct link between the amount of protein you had of this REST protein and how calm your mind was. But other studies showed that you can actually increase your REST protein. Studies on meditation have been shown to increase REST, the protein that calms your mind. We know that meditation stills your mind, and the more still your mind, the idea is to calm your mind so you can then take that calm with you. That's the premise of Ayurveda. In fact, I've written many articles and I talk about 4 Ayurvedic words that are quoted from the Vedic text that really describe all Vedic science, and that is established being, perform action. The idea that if you could pull back the bow and hold it really still and then shoot and take action into your life from that calm place, you would have a very precise arrow. But if I'm moving this around and my mind is wandering and busy and stressed and worrying and incessantly thinking, no one knows where that arrow is going to land. So the idea of becoming and establishing being and then performing action is one of the absolute foundational principles of Ayurvedic medicine. So, and there are many techniques that are employed in Ayurveda to help us do that. So the interesting thing is that the more calm you are, the less stressed you are, the less you incessantly think or worry about these different things in our life, the longer we live. And the more stressed out, the more we keep the nervous system revved up at a certain pace, the shorter we live. So it's pretty fascinating research. And of course, Ayurveda talked about a handful of therapies. One, balancing Vata. Vata is your nervous system. Vata means air. Air is very light, and it represents movement in the body. And the more you can calm the nervous system, the more you can balance your Vata. So Vata is air, and it moves a lot. The thing that moves the most inside of us is our nervous system, which is really fast. So the idea in Ayurveda was, if you can balance Vata, the rest of the body will automatically fall into place. That is a Vedic concept. So the whole idea of balancing Vata, and where does Vata live? Where does it start from? In your intestinal tract, the seat of Vata in your gut, which we find thousands of years later, that's the seat of the microbiome, the seat that controls everything, our mood, our nervous system, our desires, our likes, our dislikes, our strength, our immunity, all of that. So balancing our nervous system balances the Vata. The bugs say, hey, life's pretty chill out here. I can send a message to the nervous system that life's calm, and we can now take the risk to evolve, to grow, to expand. But when you're under stress all the time, it's a fight or flight degenerative response. When you're calm, the parasympathetic rebuild, rest, rejuvenate system increases. So we have lots and lots of science to back up this study, but they have now proven that when you can lower the excitation of your nervous system through things like balancing Vata, meditation, yoga, breathing, meditation, all tools to sort of pull back the bow, create an inner composure and calm, and then take action from that inner composure and calm. That's the beautiful thing, is not just to learn how to meditate, but to learn how to take the calm with you. And that's why Ayurveda was invented, was to bring the body back into balance so you have the desire, the clarity to know how to calm your nervous system, to desire a calm nervous system. You know, when you're stressed out and we're frenetically just looking for stimulation from the outside world, we just keep looking for, bigger cars and bigger houses and more shopping and more stuff and more stimulation. And we forget about going inside and going within and calming the nervous system. And the bigger the eye of the storm, the more powerful the wind. So now we have hard science, really good, well-documented science to suggest that what Ayurveda was saying was balance vata, meditate, yoga, breathe. A sattvic lifestyle. Sattva by nature means being calm enough and safe enough to open your heart and to give and to love and to care for others. To surround yourself with uplifting, inspirational people and thinking and conversation. Because that environment calms your mind. And the more you have a calm mind, the more the body can evolve and grow without being under attack 24/7. And I think that we've traded our world in for a very overstimulated environment. When you look at the centenarian people who have more of this rest protein in them, they live a very calm, peaceful life in sync with the natural rhythms, the circadian rhythms. So it's a beautiful study. And I've written an article citing all the research and some of the Ayurvedic techniques, but there's just like no shortage of Ayurvedic techniques to calm your mind. Yoga, breathing, meditation, doing an Ayurvedic massage of Abhyanga, putting oil on the skin to calm the air, to calm the vata. Eating in a relaxed way increases parasympathetic activation, so it helps you digest and helps you rebuild. I mean, my first book, Body, Mind, and Sport, was all about using nasal breathing techniques to create alpha in the brain waves during vigorous exercise so you can be engaged in a vigorous activity but have the nervous system respond to that from a calm place. Literally turning the neural excitation down during a situation where normally you're feeling stressed and the nervous system is going 90 miles an hour. We proved and published a study in the International Journal of Neuroscience that when you breathe through your nose and exercise, which is my Body, Mind, Sport first book, and I've got all those articles on my website, just type in nasal breathing exercise, it puts your brain into a meditative state in the midst of dynamic activity. The whole point why I wrote that book was to teach people how to take the calm with them. And now, gosh, 40 years later, we have science out of Harvard Medical School published in Nature, the journal Nature, that says, yep, if you can calm your mind and not excitate it and over-excitate it, you'll live longer. And you can boost the protein, the rest protein, with these activities to actually help you do that. The only one that we know for sure does that in terms of the science, because it hasn't been done yet, is meditation. It's been studied, and I cite that science, that's been shown to increase your rest protein, and it's also been shown to lengthen your telomeres, which is Nobel Prize winning science by Elizabeth Blackburn, who found that telomeres are linked to longevity, and she also did studies to show that meditation will lengthen your telomeres as well. Crazy, amazing science. I just think it gives Ayurveda, it's just like, we all know, and I think if you watch these videos, the profound wisdom of Ayurveda and how insightful they were. But now, every day, we find more and more studies to prove the ancient wisdom with really, really good modern science. So we got to still this mind of ours. That's the take home. And we got to look for when we don't and when we get overstimulated and how we can dip the cloth, our mind, in the dye of composure and calm. And keep dipping it with meditation, with yoga, with breathing, the proper kind of exercise, the proper kind of diet, taking time, relaxing, not racing, all these things, all these lifestyle tips to keep dipping that dye and keep pulling the calm that we have inside of us into our daily routine. So our nervous system is not spinning like the winds of a storm, but you function from the eye of the storm. You can handle the winds from the eye. You can't handle the winds when you're out there dodging refrigerators, right? So we have to train the mind to establish being, pull back the bow, be perfectly still, and function from that place of peace and calm. All right, thanks for listening. I'm Dr. John Douillard. Do you like this video? Don't forget to subscribe and share.
This recording is brought to you by LifeSpa, where ancient Ayurvedic wisdom meets modern science. Get access to free health video newsletters by Dr. John at lifespa.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.